The orchid mantis is an insect that got its original name because of its resemblance to an orchid. From afar, this subspecies of orchid mantis can be confused with an orchid flower. The subspecies to which the orchid mantis belongs is called mantis. The orchid mantis is a rather unusual and surprisingly beautiful insect because of its individual qualities. Depending on the species, these mantises have the ability to camouflage themselves with the objects and plants they live under. The mantis disguises itself in the appearance of leaves, stems, tree bark, branches, petals, and mosses. You can see what the orchid mantis looks like by looking at photos of the orchid mantis. Their name is peculiar to their unique appearance, which refers only to this subspecies than the rest of the mantis species. The subspecies of orchid mantis predominantly have white tones of body coloration. The colors are mostly displayed in shades ranging from white to light pink. Depending on its type and habitat, the orchid mantis may change color. And also its color depends on what stage of life the mantis is in. In addition, the surface coloration of the mantis often depends on the variety and color of the flowers of the orchid in which the mantis lives. One such interesting and surprising ability of mantises to dress up is primarily the color sensitivity of the young. As a rule, representatives of subspecies of orchid mantises with a white color do not change it and live with it all their lives. The orchid mantis is one of the predators. It can attack and hunt much larger animals. The growth of the arthropods themselves depends on the sex. Males are usually almost half the size of females and are about 9 centimeters tall. The sex of an orchid mantis is determined by its body length and small horizontal prints on its abdomen. Females have 6 prints, males have 8. The mantis resembles flower buds in the external structure of its body. The paws of the insect are spread in the form of petals. Disguise as an orchid helps the mantis defend itself from predatory enemies and hunt its prey independently and inconspicuously. Like its other brethren, this species of mantis is characterized by large convex eyes that are attached to the sides of the head. There are 5 eyes in all, 2 large eyes on the head and 3 small eyes near the whiskers. They differ from other arthropods in their superior vision. Therefore, the mantis can detect any movement at a great distance from itself. Another unique ability related to vision is that the orchid mantis species can easily see objects behind itself without turning around. This is due to its wide-set and curved eyes. The insect's mouth looks down, which is a hallmark of predatory insects that often have to gnaw on food. The orchid mantis moves very fast. It is an excellent jumper and runner. It can move from one place to another in quick runs. Young males have the peculiarity that they can fly. Females are characterized by a rather bad, violent temper. To avoid problems with unindifferent suitors, females must be separated from the males. This is because very hungry females can attack and eat males. Such situations are less common among orchid mantises than others, but are not excluded. Males, on the other hand, are noted for their friendly disposition. They get along very well with each other, so they are often kept in captivity in small groups of 4 to 6 brothers. Due to the hostility and cruelty of females to males, the number of males is much lower than the number of females. Although mantises have a good disposition, they are still considered vicious and hostile insects. The orchid mantis lives in the woods in wet weather. They can be found in countries with dense forests, in the tropics, Malaysia, Vietnam, Indonesia and India. The arthropod habitat is inhabited by flowers, mostly orchids. But they can settle in different types of vegetation. In captivity, orchid mantises are kept in special terrariums. The mantis may look harmless and calm, but appearances are deceptive. The mantis is a predator and, as mentioned earlier, females can eat a male without remorse. Orchid mantises mostly eat moths, flies, bees, butterflies, grasshoppers, and other winged insects. Mantises are known to attack much larger animals rather than insects. They mainly prey on small snakes, birds, frogs, and mice. The strong jaw makes it easy for the mantis to hunt and process food. Male representatives quickly reach sexual maturity because they are half the size of females. There is a very unusual interesting fact. when the female mantis reaches puberty all males of the same age as her already die, which affects the population in the wild. Females start laying eggs about 5 days after conception. The average number of eggs laid by one female praying mantis is 3 to 6. The offspring at the first stage are localized and mature in the form of white sacs. After a month and a half, the eggs turn into larvae. They have a rather rich dark purple color. A microclimate with a temperature of at least 25 degrees and very high humidity is necessary for favorable and healthy larval growth. Life expectancy depends on the species. Orchid mantises usually live from 5 to 12 months. The attitude of mantis orchids to predators can be alarming, but these animals are not harmful to humans if you follow certain rules if you come into contact with them. Like their other relatives, mantises are very beneficial to humans. The animals that mantis prey on are very harmful to humans. In Central Asian countries, these beautiful arthropods are raised specifically in homes to help people control rodents and other pests. Many people breed and keep orchid mantises in their private homes to combat the spread of harmful neighbors. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel and get likes.